Just a pilot in his cockpit seated. Black leather on his ass, keep a hustler heated.
Okay, today we're going to be replacing, I'm not sure if I'm just going to do the DRL / high beams or if I'm going to just do the headlights as well. I guess it'll depend on how hard it is. But I'm going to be replacing those now. As you know, the ones on the driver's side are burned out, or the bulb on the driver's side is burned out. So I'm going to go ahead and replace that one first, and then we can kind of compare it to the one that is working, which it shouldn't be much of a comparison since the brightness is almost 3 times the lumens. But we will see. So let's get this started. Okay, this one should be pretty easy. This bulb is just right in the top, somewhere right there. And this one is burned out. Okay, so I got it out here. And this is a NF03. And it burned out. So let's get the new one. And check this out. There's a screwdriver under the hood. It's been there for probably like 1,000 miles. It shows that this is a nice spot right up here. You can store tools right there indefinitely and they won't fall out of your car, apparently. So these are the 9005 bulbs. And here's how they come packed. Connect these guys, and this thing uses this little block which I guess regulates the voltage or something like that. So let's connect it first, and I guess I'll go ahead and turn it on just so we can see what it looks like. We won't have like a side-by-side comparison, but you can at least see it go on. Woo. Let there be light. Looks plenty fucking bright, if I would say so myself. Okay, so now that we know it works, and it's pretty cool to the touch. Not that it's only been on for a few moments. So I'm just grabbing the O-ring from the factory one to see if that gives it a tighter fit. It fit in there pretty good, but it seemed like it could be better. So I'm putting that in addition to the other one, so they're both on. And I don't know if I should mount this box somewhere. I guess I'll have it go on for a minute and see how hot it gets or whatever. I might just leave it in there rattling around. Alright, it's in there, fits really tight, no play. And I don't think I actually needed that gasket because I think I was just putting it in wrong before. So I'm going to just leave this little guy kind of up here so I can feel if it's getting hot. Let me just turn them on right quick. I can hear a little fan running. So I'm just going to go ahead and back the car out and then we'll be able to compare the brightness. And I forgot my other car was behind it, so that was a very short trip, but even from here I can tell it's a lot brighter. But let me get it on the garage and we'll compare it more closely. Okay, it's really hard to tell from here, but it is actually a lot brighter. I'm not sure how I can isolate the brights and only show those. But let me see what I can do. I'm not sure if you're getting this very well on this exposure, but yeah, you can see the left side is significantly brighter than the right. And that is all because of the brights and the brighter bulb. So there's low beams and high beams, with the left side way brighter than the right. And that is a huge difference. So I'm going to actually go inside and hold the brake so I can put it in gear. So it'll just turn on the DRLs without the car rolling away. I'll just leave this here. So you could kind of see right there for a second, but I'm gonna move the car to the street so I can actually turn on just the DRL. Okay, and that just crunched the shit out of my front lip because I never come down at that angle. I don't think you can see it, but it's like stance works. It's like on the ground. So this is kind of telling right here. You can see the left side is much, much brighter than the right. And these are just the DRLs. So you can see there's a right. There's like very little light coming out of it. And the left is like boom. Here's another vantage point, but this doesn't really tell you anything. But anyway, it is really bright. I'm kind of wondering if it's actually even too bright for DRL. Well, don't really know the best way to show it because I can tell it's just not coming out very well on the camera. But this side is a lot brighter than this side. I'd say it's a winner. I mean, you can look right there on the ground and tell this side is completely lit up and this side has like almost nothing. Lit up, nothing. Lit up, nothing. So there you go. That's the difference between a 2200 lumen bulb and a 6000 lumen bulb. Quite a difference. Okay, I just brought the car to the street and I think it shows it a little bit better here. So again, these are just the DRLs on, so these are just the high beams. And you can see there the left is a lot brighter than the right. It's actually quite a significant difference. Okay, well it is definitely hard to catch on camera. If I were like pro and knew how to mess with all the exposures and shit, I probably could do a better job, but I ain't. But man, this thing is bright. Like right here, it's completely bright, blinding. So if you install these bad boys, you're definitely not going to be able to drive at night with your DRLs on or with your high beams on. Kind of shows it right there too. So I'm going to go ahead and probably install the other one as long as it's easy to do. I don't really remember how hard these are to do. And I just pulled off the other side, the one that is working, and this thing is so hot. Like, it's hard to describe, but like if I touch that heatsink part, it's like burning hot. So it doesn't surprise me that these went out. I mean, it's just, the design just produces way too much heat and it has no way of dissipating it. I mean, it's a big hunk of aluminum, but it's just not enough. Jesus. That's no joke. So again, these are 6000 lumen, and I actually got these branded. I got these branded with my company logo, but you can't even really see it. And I'm not going to use the gasket thing on this one because I don't really think it needed it, but we'll see. I'm going to put it in and we'll see if it's loose. Okay, that was weird. Okay, this is the one I just took off that's like super hot still. And I was wondering why I couldn't get it off. It looks like, I don't know if you can quite see it, but this part, God, I can't hold that one, it's so hot. This part down here actually like got so hot that it separated on this. So I'm gonna have to pull that out. So you see here, there's none of that here, and then you can see a little bit of glue. Not sure if you can see that much in the camera, but there's like glue here that's supposed to hold it on, and that's how hot these fuckers get. These things are, I would not recommend these. I have these in my fog lights right now, and actually a little, I guess if they burn out it's no big deal, but it almost seems dangerous, it's so hot. So I gotta figure out how to get that little piece out. If I mess up my headlight, I'm gonna be so pissed. So So this is the piece that was in there. And it actually left a little bit of debris in the headlight. That sucks. But this is a piece that got so hot it actually baked off. It's supposed to be on like this and it's glued, but the glue just completely got cooked off and it just slid right out. I didn't notice it until I couldn't get the next one in. So there you go. I would, if you did put these in your car, I would take them out. I don't think it's worth the trouble that it can cause. Okay, and I installed this one without the little rubber gasket, and it's fine. It's not loose or anything, so you don't really need to use it. I think it fits tighter if you use it, so it's kind of one of those optional things. If you feel like it, you can, but it's not like it's going to rattle around or your light's going to be wobbly. And just so maybe see what I was talking about. Not sure if you can see it. A little focus in there. Focus in there. Come on. You see that little piece of black? There's a little bit more in the back too. That's when I was prying on that little thing that was falling apart. So now I got little shards of plastic in my lights, which is wonderful. All right, so I'm gonna back it out again, and we'll see how it looks with the full boat. Wow, so that's what I'm talking about. So these are brights that are actually bright now. Not like before where the brights did nothing. Like, look at that. Look at all the light in there. It's dark outside. That is a hell of a lot of light. But so I just wanted to show you here. Here are the fog lights. Turn off the fog lights. So those are just the my sea lights that are on. So here are the headlights, and then the high beams. So headlights, high beams, headlights, high beams. So you can see the high beams are significantly brighter. So there you go. I'm pretty happy with these, so yeah. And probably in the next couple days I'll do the headlights. These are a lot harder to do because I think you really need to take out the battery on one side and then you got to take the air box out on the other side, so I don't really feel like dealing with that right now. I will do it later if I ever do it. It's not really that big of a deal. I'm mostly happy with them, but I do think they could be brighter. Those will go from, I think they're from 4,000 to 6,000. The other ones were just 2,200 to 6,000, so that was a huge difference. So in any event, those new lights are a lot brighter. So alright, anyone has any questions, just let me know. Sorry for the long video.
Just a pilot in his cockpit seated. Black leather on his ass, keep a hustler heated. Weed is engaged in the pavement. Rubber escorts like I'm seeking arrangement. Push the gas, escalate the gauges, escalate hits on the cam.